Okay, these are the things that you're going to need. Okay, you need 3 different cards. Okay, you need a ruler with a halfway point. Okay, you need some paste, double-sided tape, some of that laser bond. You can get this at Target. Sandpaper, 150 grit. Razors that you can snap, and you got this to snap that, and 3 gel pens, blue, red, and black. Oh, and most important, your elastic line here. Let you get a close-up of what it is. Get that in focus. You can get this off of eBay. And this is what you'll need. And and a cutting surface. And a needle. The smallest needle you can get. I think this is a size 10. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is you need to split these cards. And all you have to do is take your razor blade and go down the edge, pick it, and you're going to pull off the side. So we're going to use the back sides, so I'm pulling off this side here. And cards have 3 sides: this printed side, and there's a core. And we're just going to be pulling off the printed side on this side. Same with these other 2 here. But all you have to do is gently pull it like this till you get it all off. Okay, when you get done, it should look like that. Well, there's a piece right there. Gotta get all the shiny pieces off. Okay. So now what you do is you take your sandpaper, 150 grit, and you smooth it out. The smoother it is, the better it looks on the other side. So I'm gonna spare you that and do it off camera. Now you can see the difference between not sanding and sanding. I don't know if you can see that with the light. There we go. See? This has a bunch of bumps and stuff on it. It will show through. Okay, this is when you need this piece here. It's already been pre-measured. Cut it right down the middle of a card. And I forgot to mention earlier, make sure your hands are clean, because if not, they'll get into the folds and it'll ruin the whole thing. Okay, so what you do is you take your ruler here with the half on it and score the back of each card. Okay, we'll do one at a time. This, you want to line up. One of the things I didn't mention earlier is that you need just regular tape, so you can tape this stuff down so it doesn't move while you work on it. Because if you don't get the lines straight, it'll look like crap. So make sure everything is clean and neat, and your gimmick will turn out perfect. Now you're not going to cut all the way through it, you're just going to score it to break the fibers. 2 or 3 times would be plenty. That way you can bend it. Like that. Okay, and I'll do the other 3 off camera. Score on the back side of what you want to appear to, using your so when you do it, all you want to do is just barely score it, and so you break the fibers. Now once you have all 3 scored like that, you want to put them together like this, like a book. So you get something like this. Now what you want to do is take one of the middle flaps and cut out a channel on both sides. So you don't want to cut all the way down to the fold, about from here to here. And I did mine from right here to right here, so there's a channel on both sides. So now you take your needle and your springy thread, and you want to go right in that hole, right there in the corner, that white line and that white line. I don't know if you can see that, but it's right there. There's a white line and a white line. You want to go right in the center of it. Once you made your holes in both corners, you want to come from the back, because your knot's going to be on the back side. And then you want it to flap over this way, so you put a hole in this corner all the way through and wrap it around. I'll show you in a second. So it goes in here, out here, and back in through this side here. Like that. And then just tie it off. Not too tight, but tight enough for it to come back. And I use this because I'm not very good at tying knots, so that just gives me an extra hand and it holds. This is that glue I told you about. It's you can buy it at Target. You can get these at Target. They're at the as seen in on TV sections. It's a UV glue light, which it does pretty good, you see. Okay. So the next one's going to go through those little slots you made. In the card. So once you got that threaded through, so this is kind of what it looks like when you're done. Both ties are on the very back. This one on this side slides freely in those slots you cut. This one's a wee bit tight. So this is what you got. now what you want to do is reinforce this side, because this is a half of a card here and it's really flimsy. So we're going to build this up with spare cards. Make it more stronger. So I'd say about two cards would be good. Put two more cards on top of it. I'll show you after I'm done. Okay, so I added a back to it. I reinforced it so I can pull it out like that. Okay, now this is the important part. You can see those lines, kinda. So what you have to do is take your pens and color it in. Okay, so we need a green pen because we got a green back. So when you go to color these in, you want to use ink, not a marker or a Sharpie. That stuff will run and it will ruin your card. So you want to go with ink. So whatever your color your cards are, you use ink. Oh, and also another tip is make sure your hands are clean, because if they don't, it'll rub across that fold and it'll darken it and it'll ruin your card. So no, use ink and keep your hands clean. And you're going to make, you know, maybe 5 or 6 of them before they actually look pretty good. So just keep doing it and you'll get better at it. But as you see here, you can see the line in it. And it's the same with the red. But we'll fix it with the ink. See, now that's with ink on it. See how it disappears? And when you do put it on there, make sure you blot it. Don't smear it or rub it. Just push down on it, take off the excess ink.